Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. This is the 2022 Honda Civic Sport Hatchback. I've borrowed it from my friends here at Holmes Honda in Shreveport, Louisiana, and we're going to take a quick look at it. The sticker price on this particular model as it sits with the Boost Blue exterior color is $25,510. That is a really impressive price in this day and age, at least in my personal opinion. Tell me what you think down in the comments. Obviously for 2022, the Civic has been fully redesigned. It has the sedan and of course the hatchback, such as what we're looking at, available depending on what your situation and or desires are. And there's also enhanced technology features as well. I must admit, I am absolutely in love with this Boost Blue exterior color. And with all of the black exterior trim, you got those black 18-inch wheels. It just really accents everything. Of course, this model is going to come with Honda sensing, so it's going to have all those great Honda features that'll help keep you safe when you're out on the road. LED headlights, LED daytime running lights. It's also going to have LED tail lights on the rear. Now, one thing you might notice here, a lot of you ask me about this if I don't say anything. What about turn signals or turn signal indicators built into the side view mirrors? Not on this particular trim level. You do have power side view mirrors and manually folding side view mirrors, but that is okay. And at the price point, you might not expect to get a lot of big features like that. But one thing that is good about 2022 is that Honda has made some enhancements to how Honda sensing works that makes it more effective compared to what it was like in the past. Without getting too terribly technical about it, we're trying to keep this as simple as possible. And you might ask about the window tint here. This is actually not factory tint. They did this right here at the dealership. Honda does this, Holmes Honda does this here. So I will see if I can get some information on that, and if I can, I will put it on the screen, because I know some of you ask about that sometimes. That is not a standard feature and is not factory. And just taking a quick look here at the rear, of course, the Civic logo, going to see Sport right there, and those LED tail lights that I mentioned earlier. But obviously one of the main areas of question is going to have to do with what's under that hood, or the bonnet, for those of you from England who may be watching, and I apologize for that terrible accent impersonation. And before we look under the hood, we'll take a quick look at these 18-inch wheels. That is just the perfect wheel for this model. Being a black wheel, I just don't think chrome would quite do it. And you will find disc brakes at all four corners. And under the hood is going to be the 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. It's going to be making 158 horsepower and 138 pound-feet of torque. Yeah, it's going to have that CVT transmission, but it's a pretty good transmission. It's not annoying like some can be. Now, for those who might say that is just not enough horsepower, let's talk a little bit about the advantage of 158 horsepower. 29 miles per gallon city estimated on gas mileage, 37 on the highway, 32 combined, and per every 100 miles you drive, this is really good information, you should burn 3.1 gallons of gas. And for those who may be curious as to what the remote looks like for this model, well, there you go. It's going to be a nice looking remote, and I do like the fact that it does have remote start even on the sport trim level. Taking a look inside here, I have a few things that we want to look at here. Of course, you're going to have really what amounts to a cargo cover. I'd almost call that a cargo shade. It is retractable and very easy to put in place. You've got the mat down here. Let me move this out of the way for just a second. But as you can see, you've got that mat right there to help protect everything. And let's see if I can do this one-handed. I don't know if I can. But for those who may want to know, under the floor, you got the spare tire. A lot of you I know don't like those tire repair kits. You're really not going to see that on any models other than hybrids such as the Insight. So you don't have to worry about there. A little over 24, I think it's 24.5 to be exact, on cargo space. That is a good bit of space. And if you want to maximize that cargo space, what do? Let's just do this on one side. Let's go over here to right here. You're going to pull that latch right there, and it will lower the rear seat down. Of course, you can lower both sides the same way, but to save time, we won't worry about doing that. But what we will do is take a quick look at something here that I think is really important. If you have kids and you need to use the child safety locks, that locking mechanism, or the button for that, well, it's not really a button, so to speak, but this is what you're going to do right here. Let's see if we can get that to move right there. Right now, when it's in that down position, that means that the child safety locks are active. So if you hop in here to check things out and you're all by yourself, you might want to check that out. It's on both doors. But the reason I say that the way I do is because it's not right here on the driver's side door, on the door panel where all the switches are, because you might be looking for that and wonder where it is. So our first real look into the interior here, like I said, black interior, is comfortable. And let's just take a quick look. You don't have a whole lot here. This is a sport trim level, but just so you know what is here. And just a quick look onto the door panel here, starting with the rear door. You can see the size of the door bin right there. Of course, you've got the functionality here for the power windows. We obviously can't roll those down today because this is fresh window tint, so don't want to do that. And obviously a larger door bin here on the passenger side door for the front seat passenger. And you're going to have contrast stitching right there as well on the armrest. And decently soft. You can kind of see me pressing down on that right there. And an interesting question to be answered by everybody down in the comments. What do you think about the design of the dashboard here on this 22 model? One thing that's different here is that you have a consistent flow with the look, even into the air conditioning vent right here. From this area to the air conditioning vent, you don't really have a traditional looking vent. Do you like that? Does it matter? It's always interesting to see what people have to say in the comments. And a reasonably deep glove box right there. And just a quick look here onto the seat on the passenger side, and just let you see how that looks. A nice racy look, something you would expect on the sport trim level. And of course, the main area of focus, the driver's compartment right here. Taking a quick look at what you have right there, and not a whole lot to show, but as you can see, you do have some features and functionality here. By the way, this is a fully adjustable tilt and telescopic steering wheel. You've got the adjustment you can release right there to take care of that. And let's hop inside here without making the shot too shaky, so the correction Nazis remain silent. With the push button start. Yes, I am sarcastic and have a lot of fun with that. And so as you can see, there is the dashboard. You can go through a lot of different features with the controls right here. You got your steering wheel mounted controls, everything for your cruise control, and you do have shifter paddles here, so you can go in and have some fun with that. And just to show some things, as you can see right there, you also have a monitor or an alert to let you know there might be something in the rear seat area. And you don't have to use that necessarily because the kids are back there, but you can also use it to alert yourself if you want to buckle one of the seat belts back there. Maybe there's something back there you don't want to forget, such as a briefcase, a cell phone, whatever. And like I said, right here, you can just go through a lot of different features and functionality here as far as what's going on with the vehicle. I'm not going to go through every single little thing because obviously we don't want to waste a lot of time on that. But here's something interesting. One of the most underused items that is standard on all trim levels of the 2022 Civic Hatchback. It's the blinker lever. See that arrow blinking to the right? And then when you push it into the down position, it blinks to the left. That's how you let people know what you're doing on the road when you're turning to the left or changing lanes to the left or the same to the right, all that kind of stuff, just so you know, in case you always wondered what that was about. It's a quick look at the pedals down there. And let's see here. Let's get into the infotainment screen here and just show a few things. And I realize it's kind of blinking a little bit. That has nothing to do with the vehicle. That has everything to do with my camera, just so you know. And we'll go into reverse real quick here so you can see what you have there as far as the clarity of the rear view camera, the backup camera, whatever you want to call it. You got a couple of different options for things you can see. That way it just makes it a lot easier. And you do have single zone climate control. Don't have dual zone on this particular trim level, but as you can see, there's what you have. And for those who are not a fan of the push button shifters that you find in some Honda models, well, there you have the traditional shifter right here that I think a lot of you will like more. Got some connectivity options up there in front of that. And if you had wireless charging, that's where it would be. And just to give a quick look, again, a real sporty look here with everything. You can turn different features such as the auto stop start feature off right there if you want to. You can use brake hold mode so that the brakes stay engaged when you come to a complete stop without having to keep your foot on the brake pedal. Just something that I know a lot of people can use in different situations, or if you just want to just use it because you want to. You don't have to be in heavy traffic or anything like that to do that, coming to a stop on a regular basis. And there is the interior of the console where you can store your Vehicle Visionary t-shirt. And that is a quick tour of the 2022 Honda Civic Hatchback Sport. Hopefully there'll be one that will come in soon that has not already been sold, and we can get out on the road and give it a test drive. But I pretty much already know what that's going to be like because I've driven sedans of the 22 model. And I have to say, I'm highly impressed at how they handle. So, gotta say a special thanks to my friends here at Holmes Honda for loaning me this Civic Hatchback for the day. And of course, all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, check out this section of the screen over here. There's more videos to watch. You can subscribe right here, and I will see you there.